Hey guys, and welcome to I Want My Angst TV Reviews. I'm Sarah, and today we are going to be talking about the final installment of the Netflix original, To All the Boys, Always and Forever. Now, before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell, share this video with your friends so that we can all discuss the adorableness, the juiciness, the of what is To All the Boys, Always and Forever. Now, if you're new to this amazing series, To All the Boys is based on a book series by Jenny Han that follows an adorable girl named Laura Jean as she lives in this romantic fantasy world, loving her romance novels, writing love letters to boys that will never be. And one day, her sister mails these letters off to these boys she's written love letters to, one of which is Peter Kavinsky.
Hey, can I talk to you?
I appreciate it, but it's never gonna happen.
As well as her sister's ex-boyfriend.
Oh my God, it's Josh. The letters are out.
Women.
Tell me about it.
Peter talks to Laura Jean about this letter he received, and he's like, hey, you know, I'm like dating but not dating this other girl, Jen. And she's like, yeah, I know, I got it. And eventually Jen breaks up with him, so they come up with a ploy.
Here's the thing.
I had to make it look like I liked you so somebody else wouldn't think I liked them.
What if we let people think that we were actually together?
Let's do this.
One thing leads to another. Peter actually falls for Laura Jean. Laura Jean actually falls for Peter. And it's the most adorable, climactic love story of teenness that I've seen in a really long time. Seriously, if you are not watching this series, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you're like, that one's better, you're wrong. This To All the Boys series is so good. I sit there literally giggling to myself like I am also 17 years old in high school. That's embarrassing to admit, but I'm doing it. I liked it so much, I actually started to read the books and then I stopped because Peter's kind of terrible. And that's okay, because Noah Centineo brings Peter to life in a way that makes you love him, and he's redeemable and adorable and kind of perfect, especially in this movie. Like, everyone talks about Kristoff being like, huh, what do you need? And you got Peter over here being like, I get it, follow your heart, follow your dreams. I love it.
You're amazing.
In the sequel to All the Boys PS I Love You, Laura Jean goes on a journey of self-discovery of realizing she's never been a girlfriend before and that all of her firsts are not Peter's first, and kind of dealing with how that feels. She and Jen, Peter's ex-girlfriend, used to be best friends. She also meets another boy, John Ambrose.
John Ambrose McLaren.
Dear Laura Jean, I couldn't believe when I opened that letter and it was from you. It's been what, 5 years? Hi.
Yes. Now, she starts to have feelings for John, and she has feelings for Peter, and she's very confused about their relationship and how things are going. And in the end, Peter shows up in the snow in her dress, and it happens. We're together. Now, before I go any further, I just need to let you guys know that this is not going to be a spoiler-free movie. I am going to discuss this semi-in-depth because I love it, and I just need to talk about how adorable it is, and I'm gonna watch it again tomorrow, tonight, yesterday, yeah.
It's hard to believe what all started with a letter, a hot tub, and a diner could turn into this.
Now, for this third installment, To All the Boys, Always and Forever, senior year is among us. Laura Jean and her family go on a family trip for spring break to Korea, and they go to a bridge of locks and find one that her mother put there for her and her father, which is so beautiful. Her father is now getting married to the neighbor, which I think is rather fast. Because like, if you look at the timeline of this whole thing, it's barely been a year, right? So now everyone is dealing with the excitement and nerves of getting into college. Peter's going to Stanford on a lacrosse scholarship, which honestly I really think is the only way he was gonna get in. And Laura Jean applies and doesn't get in.
I didn't get in.
She does get into her backup school, which is Berkeley, which I think is actually a way better college for her to go to anyway. But their senior trip takes them to New York City. And if you've never been to New York City as a teenager or even as an adult, it is magical. Not a city I want to live in, but it is magical and a wonderful place to visit. NYU is super interesting because it's not on a campus. It's literally like in the middle of Manhattan. You like switch buildings, you live in apartments. I had a friend that went. It's super weird, but it works for New York. So now Laura Jean has to decide, is she gonna apply for NYU? Spoiler alert, she does. What happens if she gets in? Spoiler alert, she does. So now Peter and her have to figure out if they're gonna stay together for this 3,000-mile distance during college and what that means for them.
I could really see myself living there, you know?
We both know what 3,000 miles would do to us.
And what I really love about this is it actually feels very true and honest and real. And as nervous as Laura Jean is to let Peter know how she's feeling, she does, and he listens. And I think that is so important. He doesn't make what she's going through about himself, and instead is there to support her, even though he is feeling hurt, and does let her know eventually, like, you're not choosing me. And they really add on to that because we get to meet Peter's father, who left his mom, and Peter always feels like he's been left. So now his father's left him, Laura Jean has left him, everyone's leaving him. And I get that. And Laura Jean goes on another journey of self-discovery, of following what she wants. And now her dad drops this nugget bomb of relationships. I was like, this is what all of us need to know. This is what all of us need to hear, that you cannot save this relationship without growing. And I was like, boom, knowledge bomb. There's something I absolutely love about this series because I feel like they get like how the inner workings of teenage girl brain works, because the moment Laura Jean starts thinking about, I got into Princeton, she like goes on that fast forward train of like college, marriage, buying a home, being pregnant. And I'm like, yep, I feel seen. Someone has infiltrated the female brain. And that's exactly what happens.
You can't marry a man you just met.
Another thing we get is prom. And can we just talk about the outfits? I really hope I can find some photos because these outfits were great. Laura Jean was a whole mood. And now she's even trying to decide if she should have sex with Peter. Should she lose her virginity on prom night? Because of course you got like Chris, the little devil, on her shoulder being like, it's the perfect night. Now, in a handful of interviews I have seen out there, Noah Centineo has mentioned that if Jenny Han were to write a 4th book, write the book, girl, that he would 100% sign on. I am sure that Lana Kandor would sign on. And in my interview with Trezor Mahoro, he said that he would 1000% sign on for a 4th one. So Jenny, write the book. Give me my 4th story. I want to see how this all rolls out in college. I don't care if you break them up again. They have broken up in every movie and I'm fine with it. It's fine. They always come back together in the end. And I loved that ending for this movie. In the end, we get like a full circle love story, you guys. We get a new contract where, if you remember from the first one, it started with a love contract. And in the end, they have a new love contract going into college in order to keep this relationship going. And they found a song. I am a little sad that it's not the I like me better when I'm with you song. It's like some other adorable, like you're my beginning, middle, and end. But I really wish they would have heard what I consider the theme song of this movie series on the radio or in a store somewhere in New York, or even back home. That's fine. And be like, nah, this is our song. I like me better when I'm with you. Because I like me better when I watch this movie series. I love Lana Kandor as Laura Jean Covey. She is so adorable, so quirky, so cute, and her little nuances are just precious. She makes you fall in love with Laura Jean over and over again through every movie, including this one. Noah Centineo is so incredibly charming, it makes me mad. You're annoying. Why are you this charming? And I know for a while Netflix tried to make him their like it boy for teen rom-coms coming out, but honestly, he is his best in this series. He is the reason I actually like Peter Kavinsky, because in Jenny Han's book series, I was like, Peter's not that great. Peter's got a lot of issues. Peter's kind of a dick. But in the movie series, they fix all of that, and Peter's so great. It's so perfect, and it makes me upset.
You know what I'm looking forward to the most about college? Never having to say goodnight. Yeah.
Something I found disappointing in this movie, and I didn't read the third book, so if you did and it's different, let me know in the comments below. I was really hoping that Lucas would get a love interest, because the last movie, in To All the Boys P.S. I Love You, Lucas mentioned how he is one of 3 gay people in the whole school. And I feel like if you could hook Chris up, who's like so anti-everything school, so anti-dating, so anti-boys, and she ends up hooking up with someone, why couldn't we find someone lovely for Lucas? He could have been in New York. He's going to Sarah Lawrence. Like, someone in New York, give him like a little nugget. I wanted him to find love and be happy. Laura Jean is happy. You know, her relationship with Jen has finally kind of evolved into something that's not full of hate. Chris has a boyfriend. Let Lucas, justice for Lucas. Lucas deserves love. Maybe if we get a 4th movie, he'll get love in college. Whatever. Honestly, other than that, I felt this was a perfect movie. I laughed, I cried, I like got all the emotions. I felt like a teenager again. God, this series is so good. Just watch it. Watch all the things. Watch this entire series. It is... Chef's kiss.
The world keeps shifting under my feet. All I want is for it to stand still.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm Sarah. I really hope that you enjoy this movie as much as I did. Comment, let me know what you think about it. If you also love this series as much as I obviously do, make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, ring that bell so you don't miss out on any more angsty videos.